Salvation International Preparatory School. Salvation International Preparatory School. A place to be, a school to go. We'll build you up from the cradle to university. Salvation International Preparatory School. Salvation International Preparatory School. A place to be, a school to go. We'll build you up from the cradle to university.
So moving forward, we are going to be considering swine production under management practices. Under what, please?
Management practices.
Yes. And I know management practices in animal husbandry is not a new word, it's not a new concept to you, right? So I will be asking, what management practices or what types of management practices do we have for our farm animals? Yes, Oluwakemi.
Intensive system of management.
Thank you. Absolutely, that's correct. Of course, she has just mentioned intensive system of management, and we also have extensive system of management. And of course, just like every other species of farm animals, the one of porcine is not different. I just mentioned something now. I said porcine is not different from other management practices. So when I say porcine, I'm also referring to
Swine production.
Or yes, actually it's swine. Porcine is a term used for swine species or pig species. And under this system of management, you know, everything have both advantage and disadvantage. Yes, from our previous lessons we've been discussing about management practices of farm animals. So can anyone tell me disadvantage of this system of management and also advantage of it? Yes, Samuel.
The animals are constantly exposed to danger.
Okay, thank you, Samuel, for sharing. That's actually correct. This system of management is mostly practiced by poor farmers, right? Peasant farmers. It's not something that a commercial farmer will want to go for. Even though the cost of feeding is low, but yet the animal will not produce at their best, right? There would be optimum production from the animals. So this takes us to the other part of the management system of pig production, and that is intensive management practices. Intensive management practices actually take care of the housing, the feeding regime, such that feed is made available for the animals at will. They have their meals, they have their pills, and pigs in general, they are categorized as omnivorous animals. They are categorized as what?
Omnivorous animals.
Yes, they are omnivorous animals. Omnivorous means that they feed both on flesh and herbs, right? So they feed on wide variety of items, from cassava peel, banana peel, concentrates, just name it, grains and powders, even flesh, and they are able to convert all these into their meat, and this makes them to actually have an edge over other farm animals. Okay, the ability to convert all these that you give to them into a good number of quality meat.
As a parent, I have always asked, how can I prepare my children for the infrastructural development and socio-economic evolution of the next decade? With the ongoing speed of globalization, how can I position my children to perform excellently in a rapidly changing society? The answer is and has always been to give them a solid foundation, academically, spiritually, and morally. Salvation International Preparatory Schools, with her team of highly qualified tutors, conducive environment for learning, state-of-the-art computer and science laboratories coupled with quality day and boarding facilities, is the place to be. For more information, contact 080-233-76135. SIPS remains the birthplace of leaders.
So moving forward, we are going diseases of pigs. Pigs also have their diseases. So one of it is swine fever. Just as you have fever in other monogastric or even in human, swine also undergone fevers. Okay, so they can be infected with swine fever. Another one is pneumonia, right? So this is under extremely cold condition when the temperature is very low. And we also have another one, we call it brucellosis. Let me write it here. Right, brucellosis. Okay, this is abortion in pregnant female pig. Okay, when a pregnant female pig undergo abortion, it is called brucellosis. It's a disease condition. Then we also have anthrax. This has to do with the bone, their bone, the system, and all that. So moving forward, we have hygiene practices in swine production. Okay, it is very, very important for us to actually practice eye hygiene. Okay, such that their pen is clean every day. Every day, you ensure that their pen is clean every day. You have to ensure that their feeder, their drinker is kept clean. Then you also ensure that the surroundings, provided you have weeds growing around it, you have to clear it off so that the atmosphere is actually conducive for their growth and development. Another thing is that in swine production, it is important for us when you are keeping them under intensive system of management, you have to ensure that the feed you are giving them is properly changed, right? And you also ensure that everything around their house is kept neat and clean. Okay, so on this note, let me welcome your questions. If you have any questions, if you have any area that you need clarity on, so this is time for that. Okay, any question?
Why do pigs go under brucellosis? Why do they abort their young children before giving birth?
Okay, thank you so much. That's actually a brilliant question. Our question is, why do pigs undergo brucellosis, right? It's just, the answer is simple and straightforward. It can be as a result of number of factors, which are, number one, it can be as a result of genetic makeup. Just like in human, you know, some people will actually take in, and after some times you hear the fact that, oh, the baby is no more, there is a case of abortion. So a lot of physiological processes going on in the body system of the female animal can actually result into that. That is one. Another reason for that abortion is if there is no proper hygiene management. If hygiene is not actually taken into proper consideration, yes, abortion can occur.
As a parent, I have always asked, how can I prepare my children for the infrastructural development and socio-economic evolution of the next decade? With the ongoing speed of globalization, how can I position my children to perform excellently in a rapidly changing society? The answer is and has always been to give them a solid foundation, academically, spiritually, and morally. Salvation International Preparatory Schools, with her team of highly qualified tutors, conducive environment for learning, state-of-the-art computer and science laboratories coupled with quality day and boarding facilities, is the place to be. For more information, contact 080-233-76135. SIPS remains the birthplace of leaders.
Another reason for this brucellosis is as a result of pathogenic effects, okay? Pathogenic effects, the microorganisms and all that. Then, in order to prevent this, once you discover that, oh, this pig has actually taken in, you have to make sure that the feeding regime is actually well looked into, such that you give them highly nutritious feed, and you also monitor their activity, right? you monitor their activities, you give them high nutritious feed, you add supplements to their feed in order for them to go through the gestation period in a seamless way. Is that again? And even aside that too, we have some breeds of pigs that are not good mothers. They are not able to carry their pregnancy to term. So such breeds is not advisable to actually keep them on the farm. Alright, that is why we actually clamor for exotic breeds that have good mothering ability. Part of the mothering ability that I mentioned earlier on is ability to actually carry the pregnancy to term and ability to actually nurture the young ones. Is that taken? Okay, so on this note, we are going to be bringing this class to stop. Okay, generally we study swine production for their high productivity. We study swine production for the meat quality that they actually produce. They are of good meat quality, right? And it actually solves the problem of food insecurity, providing us with animal protein, right? So thank you and have a good day.
As a parent, I have always asked, how can I prepare my children for the infrastructural development and socio-economic evolution of the next decade? With the ongoing speed of globalization, how can I position my children to perform excellently in a rapidly changing society? The answer is and has always been to give them a solid foundation, academically, spiritually, and morally. Salvation International Preparatory Schools, with her team of highly qualified tutors, conducive environment for learning, state-of-the-art computer and science laboratories coupled with quality day and boarding facilities, is the place to be. For more information, contact 080-233-76135. SIPS remains the birthplace of leaders.